Buckle up your pant legs, zip up your hats, and get ready to go absolutely apeshit on some data illusions because they can't feel anything. It's time for Sounds About Light, a podcast for the last time about Kingdom Hearts Recoded. I'm Sam.
I'm Drew.
What did you think of this ending?
Well, I think that, I've got hurt, but hurt is good, except for when hurt maybe makes you go to darkness. But maybe hurt is trying to remember people that you lost, and maybe that's good, but maybe it's bad? I don't know. That's what I think about this episode.
Did you think that they said hurt enough times?
I think they could have squeezed it in there a few more times, please.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they could have called it Castle Hurt Oblivion just for this one part of this one game.
It would have been nice for them to throw like pain in there once or twice, but they just kept saying
yeah,
hurt.
I feel like there's a number of words for the concept that they were trying to talk about, and maybe the normal thing to do would be to use different words.
Like sadness or emptiness or something, but no, just
suffering, heartache,
hurt.
It started to sound like me after I watched the Doctor Who Day of the Doctor special, and I was cheering for John Hurt's great acting. Hurt, I said on the podcast that week.
Yeah, I remember that. It was mostly just you saying that. And I think you could have said like John or War Doctor, but you just kept saying hurt instead.
Hurt. All hurting aside, I do really like how this game ends.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
It's interesting. It gets me excited about what's going to come next, and it answered some questions satisfactorily.
Although
Uh-oh.
Oh, can you not hear me?
No, that was an uh-oh of I hope you're not about to criticize my favorite game.
Although the really big things are things I felt like I already knew, but the characters just didn't yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I already knew from the games we had watched.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose we'll figure out what you're talking about as we get into it.
Well, we begin. God, I said a lot of wrong things. Oh, here we go. Apology tour. It's time for my very own apology tour. I said a lot of things about this being like a bonus episode or something. That's not true. I don't know where I heard that. None of that was true.
Okay.
This is just the normal style final episode of Kingdom Hearts Coded. I don't know what I was thinking about.
Was it not in the original mobile version?
I think it was.
Thing? Oh, okay.
So
wow. Okay.
Although I'm saying that now, so I'm probably wrong about that too, just for good measure.
Cool.
The beginning of this part is great because it follows up seconds after, seemingly. I don't know if there's supposed to be any amount of time passing, but last time it ended with Sora and Riku losing their memories. And then Sora pops up on the screen and says, "Thanks for everything, guys. Wahoo." And then we fade to black, and we fade back from black, and Goofy is like, "Hey, we never solved the mystery about the message."
Yeah, I think there's been no time. I think Goofy just realized, wait a minute, the game's not over.
Wait, the plot, we didn't do it. But then Riku appears on the screen and says, "Guys, a door..." But before I even say what Riku says, I had not noticed before that the monitor that they're watching Data Riku on has 7 camera angles on him. Did you notice that?
Yeah, you got to get every good, you want all the angles of Riku.
What if I want to see the left side of his chin saying this line?
Right.
We got you covered. Yeah, he tells them that there's a new door to a new world that opened up, and he guesses that someone must have added this door once the rest of the data was restored. And they start talking about, oh, well, we can have Sora go there. But Sora doesn't remember anything. He lost his memories. And this is what I was talking about last time about something that Nomura said to explain this. And I have a why does Sora not have his memories but Riku does? And this is Nomura's answer. This is translated from the Recoded Ultimania. Shout out to the user from a now defunct website called HeartStation, Olivia, and to KH Insider for archiving this, because otherwise it would be completely gone forever.
Wow.
Quote, I mean, gone forever. I mean, the books still exist, but they're in Japanese.
Right. Well, yeah. Right.
Data Sora became an existence whose purpose was to go about debugging. So at the point in time when he had completely debugged the data, his memories were gone. In Data Riku's case, it existed in the main data even without the Jiminy journal itself being erased, and since its purpose was to solve the mystery first written in the journal, it couldn't fulfill it until the debugging was complete. Once the mystery was solved, it too would lose its memories.
Okay. It's funny because Riku just goes, I'm in a different partition in the game.
He does say something about, like, my partition is safe.
Yeah. Yeah, we wiped...
I don't like it when they use words that are, like, a little bit too real in tech.
Yeah, they're like, I wiped the Sora partition, but mine, all good.
If Data Riku starts talking about kernels, I'm out of here. But yeah, I guess that's how it works, is that these specific avatars were created for specific purposes, so they're able to retain their memories until those purposes are fulfilled, I guess.
I mean, okay, sure. I can buy that.
It's weird, though, because a lot of what we see throughout this part is that Data Sora, even though he doesn't remember anything, he has the memories in him, which, you know, that's classic Kingdom Hearts stuff.
It is. It is really strange to me, you know, because before you came in and said, no, this was always the ending, it did feel like to me that this came out
They
like
changed
way
their mind.
afterward as like, yeah, they changed their mind, because why would you wipe Sora's memories just to bring him back and then wipe his memories some more?
Yeah, I think that might be why I always assumed that this was, like, kind of added on later. And I guess I don't know what the writing process was. Maybe they did write it episode by episode, but yeah, I don't know. It's... I guess we could talk more about it when we get into that stuff, but Riku says, yeah, we can't send Sora to this new world if he doesn't know what's going on. And Mickey says, I have an idea. Can you bring me back into the datascape one last time? And it turns out that his idea is to tell Sora to go there.
Yep.
Thereby solving the problem.
And Mickey's gonna give him a pep talk, basically.
Yeah, I guess that's what Riku's like, you can't send him there if he doesn't know what's going on. And Mickey's like, okay, well, then I'll tell him what's going on and then send him there. Problem solved. We get, once again, Sora wakes up in Traverse Town and gets his head smashed against a brick wall by Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto's there being gross and jumping around.
Mickey's doing a cool pose where he's looking away from the camera and he says, it's time for the truth.
I did like his cool pose. He loves to do a cool pose.
I like this part because it's kind of like Mickey is sort of speedrunning the plot of the game from earlier in the game, but he's just like, we can't go through all of this. Sora, please just solve the mystery.
That's true. That is basically what happens.
I cannot possibly go through all of the things that are going on right now. I already did that with you earlier. There's a mystery and you're the only one who can solve it, and I'm like a friend from another world, okay? Sora's like, alright.
Yeah, that's obviously good enough for Sora.
Sora just summons his Keyblade, and he's like, a Keyblade? And Mickey's like, yeah, come on, Sora, keep up. Let's keep this thing moving, alright?
Yeah, people aren't gonna be into this that many times, Sora. We just gotta move along, bud.
This is like our 5th rehash. But, yeah, Mickey sees Sora summon his Keyblade and says, like, even if you've lost your memories, the power is still there in your heart. So I think that's what they're getting at with he lost his memories, but he still kind of has the memories, even if he can't access them, because they may have reset his memories, but he did develop a data heart over the course of this journey, and it's still in there.
Yeah,
so fair enough.
And that seems right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they open a keyhole, and it takes them to Castle Oblivion. Or it takes Sora to Castle Oblivion. Mickey is not here.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And there's a guy in a black coat who introduces himself as Nobody, and he says, to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. Hey, I remember that. Did you immediately clock who this was?
I thought it was Riku, but
Nope.
I guess not.
Nope.
I figured out who it is at the very end of this, but I did not immediately figure out who it was.
Yeah, they got me with this with Riku's voice acting, where it just was like a little more muted than I expect from Riku, so it really threw me off. Yeah, this is of course a voice that we've heard many times, but when I watched this originally, I did not clock it for the longest time.
Yeah, and I think it's because he's not talking in the way he normally would.
Right, he's just talking in kind of a low voice and not doing a video game voice.
Yeah.
So he hands Sora a Destiny Islands card, and tells him to find the truth that sleeps, and he disappears, which he will be doing a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of characters disappearing in this part of the game.
That's for sure.
This is kind of interesting. I don't know if this is exactly what it was, but we see the insides of the Castle Oblivion memory rooms, but it feels like we're seeing what it actually looks like without the magic affecting it. That was how I interpreted it.
Yeah, because you do just see a lot of like Sora talking and you don't hear anything, and I guess that's just what it looks like if someone's actually watching what goes on in one of those rooms. Right,
just like featureless white walls with sort of projections of the world that it's representing.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, kind of cool.
So Black Coat Guy tells him that this card contains the data that they fixed from the journal, which means that he'll be able to see data illusions of the people from that world. Sora, of course, doesn't understand, and Black Coat Guy just says, "Oh, looks like you lost your memories. Oh, well, that's fine. Keep going." No problem. I mean, this is Sora we're talking about. It wouldn't really have made that much of a difference if he did understand.
Right. No, totally. He's going to go anyway.
Yeah.
It's funny because Riku had an apology tour. This character has a Sora bullying tour instead.
Yeah, and it's an attempted Sora torture tour.
Yeah. Where
because
Sora just refuses to get tortured.
He basically says, Sora, these aren't real. These are just data creations that are illusions of people. So you can do whatever you want to them.
Yeah, be a sicko, Sora.
You can just walk right up to the Queen of Hearts and just start smashing her face in with your Keyblade. It doesn't matter.
And Sora predictably is like, "What? Why would I do that?"
I will say, the first time I watched this, I remember my reaction to this part was like, okay, I feel like we're getting a little more interesting, but also this is such a weird proposition to make to Sora.
Yeah.
In what world would Sora ever be like, I guess there's no reason I shouldn't just start kicking ass.
Yeah, it's like, this is going to be that scene in Metal Gear Rising where he's like, "You're Jack the Ripper." And he's like, "You're right. I do like to kill." That would be Sora admitting his true nature.
Sora, have you ever heard of a flash game called Virtual Buddy? You can put a little George W. Bush face on a little gray guy and start throwing grenades at him.
It's hilarious.
Well, gosh, I guess I'll give it a shot. Black Coat Guy's just like, here, and just gives him a box of grenades. Start throwing these at your friends from the Destiny Islands. They're not even real.
And I guess it does turn out this Black Coat Guy doesn't actually want Sora to do any of that.
Yeah, it's a little unclear what he actually wants versus what his role is here. Because he's mad. He's not having a good time.
Right.
But yeah, he tells Sora, do whatever you want to these illusions, and Sora sees Titus Waka and Selphie appear. I don't remember the details of this part of the game, but what I do remember is that each one of these memory worlds is like a different little gameplay section, and I think you can get like different outcomes. Huh. If I remember correctly, it's like Selphie says that she like saw a monster on the beach or something, and you can like choose to believe her or not believe her, and you can get like a better outcome if you're nice to them or something like that.
Oh, so you can be mean to them?
It's not really mean. Like, it doesn't give you the opportunity to just like start swinging your keyblade at them.
Right.
But I guess it's more about like how true you are to Sora's like actual relationships with these characters. Like, I think in the Traverse Town one, I'm pretty sure it tests you on whether you know which one is Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know what actual impact any of this has, but I mean, like Black Coat Guy says, none. It doesn't matter.
Right. It doesn't matter. None of this matters, actually.
But yeah, much like the Riku apology tour last time, there's going to be a lot of Sora talks to characters, then Black Coat Guy shows up. Although this time, actually, after Titus Waka and Selphie vanish, we get Data Riku for the last time.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is weird because I thought it was an illusion at first.
Right,
but I don't think it was.
No, I don't think so either.
He says that he's got... Oh yeah, because he has his hood on, I think the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but he tells Sora that he can help him find a hidden truth. And he shows Sora a vision. And I think we actually saw this in Kingdom Hearts 1. Riku at the top of Big Ben in the Neverland world that is London. And Kairi unconscious behind him.
Right, yeah. I think we did see that.
And Data Riku tells Sora, he gives him sort of a clue, because he's like, you saved the two of us in real life. What did Kairi and I have in common, and what did you feel? And then he immediately loses patience and just tells Sora the answer.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, forget it. We were experiencing hurt. And Sora's like, well, if my friends were hurting, of course I would help them. And Riku says, that's exactly what you would do, and it's what you'll do again.
Yeah. And there's no twist.
Nope. Yeah, he really, a lot of this is Data Sora being given perspective on things that real Sora has done or will do, so that it can be reported back to real Sora about how it went. Which is a little bit circuitous, I'll say.
Yeah, a little strange.
Riku, says, like, the road ahead will be painful, just stay true to yourself, you'll be fine, etc. And then he disappears for real this time, and I guess that means that his memories will get deleted. Oh well.
Oh well.
I said a tearful goodbye to Jiminy's Journal's avatar Data Riku once. I can't do it again.
Yeah, I only have so many tears to shed.
So Black Coat Guy appears in the hallway and says, did you have fun talking to the ghosts? And Sora's like, those are my friends. And he says, oh yeah? If you're such good friends, what are their names? And Sora's like, well...
They're still my friends.
There's Shorts Boy.
Shorts Boy, yeah.
Ball Boy.
Rope Girl.
And Hair Girl.
Yeah. Yes.
So he passes the test. And they reiterate once again, memories you'll keep forgetting, etc. And Sora says for the first time of, I think, 15 times this part, even if I don't remember what happened in that room, I know that it's important, and I know that I'll remember them in the end because I hang on to the feelings that I have, or something.
Yeah. He doesn't start talking about hurt yet, right?
Not just yet.
Okay.
But you can see Black Coat Guy, like, coiled like a spring. He gives him more cards, and he says, unlike that last world where it had your friends from the Destiny Islands, these next worlds are going to be people that you've never met. So you can extra do whatever you want to them, because not only are they data illusions, but they're also data illusions of people that you don't know. Oh, I have his exact line written down here. The truth would be wasted on them, so why bother? They're only there until they're not. Do you see where I'm going with this? You can break the little hearts they don't have, then forget it. You don't have a heart. It's 100% guilt-free.
Yeah, this feels... It's like some Spec Ops The Line stuff.
It's a game of Skyrim after you've saved for the night.
Right, yeah.
Don't you just want to go apeshit in solitude? Don't you want to see what happens if you step up onto the place where they were executing that guy?
Yeah, it's a funny concept. I mean, I guess it's more interesting the fact that you can actually be kind of mean, because, like, yeah, in story, it's like, well, Sora, given the choice, is never going to choose to be mean, even if he's told that's not going to affect anybody.
Yeah, I don't think it's that you can be, like, mean to them. I think it's more that you, like, let them down by not solving their mysteries correctly or whatever. Their puzzles, whatever it might be.
Oh, okay. So you can't just go in and start, like tying their shoes together and pushing them over and stuff like that.
You cannot give Alice in Wonderland a swirly.
Oh, that's too bad. That'd be a more interesting game.
You cannot show the Cheshire Cat a cucumber or a banana.
Oh, that'd be way too cruel.
He like arches his back really weird and backs away, but his head stays in place.
Right.
His body walks away without him. But yeah, Sora is just like, why would I do that? Which is a very good point.
Yep.
But apparently it's a very, very good point, because yeah, Sora is like, what would be the point of hurting them even if they're not real? It would just hurt me to do it. And Black Coat Guy is like, you've arrived at the first question. Good luck.
It wasn't a question.
What would be the point of hurting someone if they're not real?
Yeah. Oh,
it's a very specific question.
Yeah, okay. All right, fine.
So Sora is like, he's excited though. He's like, oh, I can't wait to meet all these new friends that I've never met before. He meets Sid, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and then back in the hallway, I mean, that's really all there is to say about that part. Mm-hmm. In the cutscene movie, it's literally just a scene of him silently talking to the four of them, and then they disappear.
Yep.
So he goes back into the hallway afterwards, and he can't remember them, but he knows that he met them, and he knows that he liked talking to them. And he's like, the fact that I have forgotten them, it makes my heart ache, but the fact that it hurts means that I still remember them on some level. So if I just keep moving forward, maybe I'll remember them.
Yeah, which is... I like this concept that they're setting up, regardless of how many times they say hurt. Yeah. But yeah, I do like the idea just of, like, you know, the emotions you have do sometimes linger after memories go away, and it is just like, sometimes that's the key to, like, because I think that happens to people. You forget something, but then you're in a time and place, or you smell something or whatever, and you remember a thing you forgot you knew, you know, and so I think that's a cool idea. I like that.
You think back to a certain point in your life and feel painfully cringe and embarrassing, but you don't remember what you did. You just know that it's bad.
Oh, you mean the number one kind of memory, the
main memory,
the cringe memory. Yeah, I've got that one. That one does hurt for sure.
It does. This is what true hurt feels like. He goes to Wonderland next. I did want to say the Queen of Hearts has never looked so happy.
I noticed that. I'm like, why is she, like, friends with Data Sora?
Why did they even give her, like, a smiling, talking animation?
Yeah, I'm surprised they even had that one in the chamber, but...
So, back in the hallway, Sora gets taunted once again. Is there anything really to say about this? We get the same conversation a number of times.
No, there's not much to say. I mean, it's just like he keeps getting taunted, keeps being told about hurt. He does start getting told about how the hurt will make him turn to darkness. Are we starting to get to the point where he's like, you need to, like, release it, or you'll turn to darkness?
Yeah, that's the next one. That's after he goes to Olympus Coliseum. And yes, Black Coat Guy is like, do you really think that carrying around this gnawing feeling in you is gonna lead you to some big cathartic moment of remembering everyone. And Sora's like, yes, I do. That is exactly what I think. Thank you.
Correct. That's what I believe.
And Black Coat Guy just laughs at him and says, hey, do you remember what I said when you got here about to find is to lose and to lose is to find? Because, like, that's what's going on here, and you don't seem to quite understand that. Yes, this is where he says, you lost your memories, and what you found was hurt. And by deciding that the hurt is the key to the memories, you've let it own you. And the hole in your heart will only grow until the darkness uses it to claim you.
Doesn't seem true, but interesting.
Yeah, I think again, I think he's being tested more than we're supposed to take any of that at face value.
Yeah. Although Sora does. He's like, well, that's a risk I'm willing to take, basically.
Yeah, you know, he's already become a Heartless once.
That's good. Well, he doesn't remember that. This version doesn't know that.
Oh my god, imagine if it happened again. He didn't know that it happened once, and it happens again, and now there's another Roxas.
Another Roxas, another Data Heartless, eating Dark Data.
Another Naminé. I mean, hey, yeah. Problem solved, I guess.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh no, we had to get rid of Roxas and Naminé. Well, now they're back. And now we just had to make Sora Heartless again, and then have Kairi give the Shadow Heartless a hug.
Yeah.
If it worked once, I don't see why it wouldn't work again. But Sora is like, was this all just a trick to lure me into darkness? And he goes, yes. And he disappears. Aladdin time. Moving on. Black Coat Guy returns and says, you know, it's not too late to run. And this is where, for the first time, we see his face under the hood. And it is, in fact, Roxas's face.
Oh.
It's Roxas.
It's Roxas. They don't show you his whole face, but you can deduce from the amount of face you see.
It does always look a little bit funny seeing the face under the hood. It happens so rarely that whenever we do see the face, it looks a little doofy.
Yeah, I would love it if you looked back and Sora's holding a little flashlight up so we can see the face.
Yeah, because it is just a black silhouette, the same black silhouette whenever we can't see the face.
Yeah.
So yes, he tells Sora, this is the first time that this comes up, is you have a choice here, because you think that following this feeling of hurt will lead you to the memories that are hurting you, that you can't remember them, but it's just going to drag you into darkness. However, you could just choose to throw it away and not care. If you just write off of these memories and say, I'll never remember these people, it doesn't matter, I don't care, you can just forget about how it hurts and how it makes you feel so sad and lonely, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, which most people would probably say yes to that, but Sora would never say yes to that.
No, never.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives Sora a choice: the lost memories and the hurt that comes with them, or the freedom of forgetting. And Sora looks at the last card, the Hollow Bastion card, and he says, do I really want to go meet and forget a new friend? Will the darkness really take over me? No,
I don't think that.
No, I'm fine. Actually, no. He does start to question what he's doing. He wonders, would it really be better if I do just let go of it and forget everyone? But then Mickey Mouse shows up and says, "Hi, you're fine."
Yeah, which is this is a callback to Chain of Memories, right? Because doesn't Sora almost give up at one point, and then Mickey's light shows up and convinces him not to?
That was Riku, actually.
Oh, it was Riku. Okay, it happened to Riku, but okay.
Yeah,
so
that was Riku when he was floating in the void of darkness with Ansem.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, and then we got the great line, "Meddlesome King."
Right. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah. Mickey arrives. Oh no, I'm sorry. Mickey is not actually here, but his voice manages to reach Sora. And Sora catches him up on what's going on and says, "What do you think I should do?" And Mickey says, "Well, do you really think that you're okay with letting go of people that you've forgotten?" And then he somehow beams in a projection of Donald and Goofy.
Yeah, he can't be there, but he can have a little goofy hologram.
Yeah. And these holograms, this is actually them. Like, they are talking to Sora.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why Mickey can't, but I guess Donald's magic is way stronger.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Mickey's a Keyblade master, but not a magician master.
And Goofy, we don't think that he's able to do that, but Goofy, as we know, is way smarter than we think.
True.
But unlike Pluto, he uses his intelligence for good. So yeah, they tell Sora, like, you might not remember us, but we're close friends of yours, and we'll never forget you. Even if you don't remember us, you'll always be special to us. And Sora says, it's so weird. I don't remember them, but I feel in my heart like I know them. And this is where Mickey says, like, yeah, the heart that you developed over the course of your adventure is still there, even if the memories have been reset. Which is very, very similar to what happened to Sora at the end of Chain of Memories.
Yeah, this is mostly a rehash for a pretty good reason, but it is just a rehash of Chain of Memories.
Yeah, which is great, because Chain of Memories, in a lot of ways, was a rehash of Kingdom Hearts 1.
That's true. It's really a rehash just of the concept of losing your memories, I suppose.
Yes, I will say, if there's one thing that has surprised me about Recoded on my second watch, it's that it really doesn't feel like a rehash.
Yeah, not in the same. It is in some ways, but it's always doing something new with it.
Yes, it is doing interesting things. Whether they're good is debatable.
Yeah, that's a different question.
But yeah, so Sora has an epiphany, which is that it's not what's missing that hurts, it's what's still there. Whatever that means.
Right.
I feel like that's basically what we were already understanding, but just kind of reframed. But that's fine. That's a big moment for Sora to even get that far.
It's true. Yeah.
And then Mickey says, "Oh, I've used up too much power," and then Donald and Goofy disappear. I want to see what Mickey is actually physically doing.
Yeah. I also, it's interesting. Yeah, I want to know what happens when he loses power exactly.
He's like standing in the middle of like a ritual circle, but then he starts to get a nosebleed.
Oh, okay.
I can't keep channeling this spell.
So he's like a movie, like, psychic or whatever.
I was thinking more of like a Dungeons and Dragons, because now I'm the one who's playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Got it. Well, they don't usually start bleeding because they're using their magic too hard, though. I'm thinking.
No, that's just like a cliche that's in everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Baldur's Gate's good, though.
It is. I don't... Okay, this is off topic. I don't know if there's a way to, like, make your characters shower or whatever, but... Because they get bloodier and bloodier until you do a long rest, I think, and then they get clean again.
I think you can literally have them throw, like, water on themselves. Like, if you fill a bottle with water and throw it at them, that'll wash them off. Yeah.
But anyway, I was in a conversation with Lizelle, the Githyanki, and the blood splatter that the game had applied to her was literally just like one like trickle of blood under her nostril, and it just looked like she had a nosebleed.
Huh. Maybe she did.
I guess she might have. Maybe she was channeling some spells in a video game.
Could have been.
I mean, she would never.
No, she probably got just punched by a goblin or something.
Those goblins will mess you up in that game.
They can.
Anyway, let's talk about a game with worse writing.
Yeah, maybe.
They're doing very different things.
They're doing different things, yes, absolutely.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm not that far. Maybe they're doing very similar things.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any computers in Baldur's Gate.
There's spaceships.
Yeah. No computers like this.
So Mickey, Donald, and Goofy all disappear, and Mickey tells Sora he'll be there soon. And Sora feels very lonely, and he says, "This loneliness, is this also hurt? Can I tie this in thematically too?"
Maybe there's a different word for it, like loneliness, but I think it's just hurt.
Right, he's like, "I feel some sort of loneliness." Could I categorize this as hurt so that I can just have another excuse to say the word hurt? He decides to use the final card. Going back a moment ago, Sora was saying, it's just gonna hurt. I'm just gonna go through this door and meet some friends and then forget about them, and I'm gonna be so sad. But instead, he meets Pete and Maleficent.
His friends, because they're just talking. I guess actually, this time they actually do look like they're like aggressing each other somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Beast and Belle like weren't in this game.
Right, I guess not.
I feel like that would have made more sense, but yeah, I get, the stuff that happened in Hollow Bastion would have been very muddled if, as Sora was like discovering that he has a real heart and a real Keyblade, also Beast is there.
Yeah, that would have been too much, probably.
My true friends, Donald and Goofy, and it's been nice meeting you too, Beast.
They're friends.
They are, but not Data, Sora, and Beast.
No.
They would have just met.
That's true. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Donald and Goofy are being crushed by bug blocks, and Beast is like, I don't know if I'm quite at that level.
I don't even know what a computer is.
Data Roxas tells Sora. Also, we didn't really address it, but this is weird that Roxas and Castle Oblivion are here. I mean, Castle Oblivion, Jiminy would have written about as they were walking through it, but Roxas wasn't in this journal.
No, definitely not.
How did he get in here?
But someone put Data in here.
Roxas, after Sora walks out from meeting Pete and Maleficent, his best friends, Roxas is like, you must be feeling really empty right now, huh? And Sora's like, no. Even if I forgot who I met in there, I know that I met them, and that means that I miss them. He has no idea.
I miss Pete. I get it. Pete's my favorite character.
Roxas again says that the hurt will drag him into the darkness if he doesn't let go of it, but Sora says, no, you're wrong. This hurt lets me know that what I'm forgetting is important to me, so I'm not going to run from it. And Roxas is just like grimacing. It's like, ugh. Ugh, Sora.
And I guess this is just Data Roxas. Yeah, never mind. Everyone here is fake. I have to remember that sometimes.
Yes, and this is interesting because Data Roxas, we don't really know what sort of life he's lived as a data construct in the journal Datascape, but he is bitter in a way that Roxas never was. I mean, Roxas was angry about what his fate would be, but Roxas never, like, hated Sora. This Roxas, we get a sense that he, like, really legitimately resents Sora and his outlook on life.
Well, Roxas was a little bitter towards Sora, right, when they fought inside his heart in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah, that felt less like he was bitter against Sora and more that he was just angry about the situation.
That's fair. Yeah.
Whereas this Roxas is like, I can't stand this kid.
Yeah, well, I think some of it's just that this Roxas exists to make Sora understand hurt.
Right, which is sad. Like, I feel like, Roxas gets the short end of the stick. This Roxas gets a simulation short end of a simulation stick.
He really does, yeah.
I really can't blame him for being very angry about his situation. But yeah, Sora is like, my mind is made up. I'll carry this pain for as long as it takes to remember the people that matter to me. You might notice that I'm saying words like pain and heartache. That's because I couldn't stand to just keep typing hurt into my notes.
You broke your H key.
Yeah, I had to stop saying heartache because I could only type heartache.
Well, it's heartache, and you put a little apostrophe on the front of it.
Sora says that the hurt is what holds the pieces in place, and he accepts that. And Roxas gets angry and says the classic line that people in video games love to say, which is, "This isn't a game!"
Nice.
Nice. And the castle sort of peels away to reveal a boss battle arena, which I did enjoy to see it because it is the same boss battle arena from Castle Oblivion in Chain of Memories.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like a purple void with a circular gray platform and columns.
Yeah.
Had some bad times in that circle.
Right.
His battle theme starts playing, and he says, great line read from Jesse McCartney.
It's way past time that you learned what real hurt feels like!
Yeah, I like that.
He pulls out his keyblades, he attacks Sora, and we do just cut to the end of the fight. I have seen someone fight Roxas here. It looks absolutely horrendous.
Is this more of a traditional game at this point, not some like weird RPG or something?
Yeah, hilariously, it's never come up in the time that we've talked about Recoded, but yeah, there are just like parts where you're running around fighting things with your Keyblade, like in the other games. Because it was a DS game. I think they just based a lot of it on what they already had from Days.
Oh, okay. Okay, that tracks.
Yeah, but they added in little stuff from world to world. But yeah, we cut to the end of the fight, and Roxas, again, really trying to bait Sora into becoming evil, is like, finish it!
Again,
and Sora says no.
Another thing Sora would never do. Yeah.
Yeah, Sora says no, and Roxas is like, oh, I get it. You understand now. I'm just made of data like everyone else here. I guess there's no point in destroying something if it never existed, is that right? And Sora's like, oh, come on, man, that's not true. You say you're an illusion, but you certainly pack a punch. You said you'd show me true hurt, and you weren't wrong. I love that line.
Yeah, it did make me question. I'm like, has Sora understood what hurt was this whole time, or does he actually think hurt is physical? And he doesn't understand that he's having emotional hurt.
I mean, I don't know what it's like to be made of data. Maybe data heartache is the same feeling as getting punched in the chest over and over.
Could be. I don't know what it's like. That's true. I don't know what it's like to be made of data.
I don't know what it's like to be a data guy in a journalscape.
It's a big thought.
That, I guess that's one of the big failings of this game, is that it doesn't fully communicate what it is to be a data avatar in a datascape of journal.
Yeah. Well, Recoded will get that right.
God. What a horrible thought. I mean, what we're watching is basically Recoded.
Oh yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, Sora says that the hurt that he felt from Roxas was different. He said it was like an intense, sharp pain, but it was sort of familiar, like it was his own. And if this feeling can bring me closer to other people, then it can't be that bad. And Roxas has given up.
Yeah.
Whatever I was hoping to prove, it's not gonna happen. He just sighs and he tosses Sora the final card and congratulates him. And he says, my role in all of this was to see if you were strong enough to take ownership of the hurt that you carry in your heart. And now that role is complete, it's time for me to go away. And he walks into Sora and gets absorbed.
Yeah, I wasn't sure at first if he got absorbed, if he went all the way through, but no, it makes sense that he got absorbed.
Kind of.
Well, Roxas will always get absorbed by Sora.
Yeah, except this is a version of Sora that was recorded as data before anyone knew that Roxas existed.
Oh, yeah.
If you really think about it, it doesn't make sense, but that's fine.
Yeah, you're right.
We're so close to done. It would be absolutely ridiculous to get hung up on stuff like that at this point.
Right. Yeah. I just won't think about it.
Yeah, I mean, Data Riku must still have his memories because his true mission is to tell us that it makes sense, and he hasn't completely fulfilled that just yet. He's gonna pop up one last time.
It makes sense! Just right before the credits start rolling.
Post-credits scene.
It makes sense.
So Sora, as he absorbs Roxas, he suddenly feels all of these memories in him that he doesn't know where they came from. I mean, he knows where they came from. He doesn't know what they are. He feels a memory of a comforting sunset and his first and last summer vacation. And there's a really sweet line here where Sora, puts his hand on his chest and says, "You can rest easy. I've got you now." That was really nice.
That is nice.
I think that, it's very, very much in line with the Roxas moment in Kingdom Hearts 2 where he said, you make a good other, etc. Like, it's tragic that Roxas can't just be his own person, but the person that is absorbing him is like, it's a very caring vessel,
Yeah. Yeah, Sora respects...
For whatever that's worth to him.
Yeah, Sora respects that Roxas was his own person.
I'm sorry that I had to eat you, but the calories will give me good energy to swing my Keyblade around at the bad guys.
Yeah. I was never really clear on why he did need to... Like, what's the harm of not having Roxas in there?
Well... When he was actually absorbed, because the
he
fight
wouldn't have
scene
woken up,
between
I
them,
guess, huh? If Roxas wasn't in there.
Yeah, the fight scene between them didn't literally happen. That was all in his heart.
True. Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
He did only wake up when he absorbed Roxas.
True. Okay, yeah.
And Mickey catches up to him. Oh, hey, Mickey, thanks for helping. Thanks for helping with that really hard-looking boss fight. And Sora shows him the final card, which is a Castle Oblivion card, and says, this card will lead us to the truth about the mysterious message. And it does, because the card takes them to Naminé's chamber with the pod that Sora was put in.
Yeah, it's just there and big in the background the whole time.
Yeah. And Naminé introduces herself, and Sora is confused, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And Mickey very, very quickly explains, one time the real you lost all your memories, but then Naminé helped put them together, and everything turned out okay. And Sora's like, wow, it sounds like someone should thank you. And Naminé's like, no, it's my fault. I did it. I'm the one who took your memories apart, and I'm the reason all the bugs are here in the journal.
And now we get an explanation that kind of makes sense.
It does kind of make sense, because basically what happened is, in the real world, the real Naminé was working on restoring Sora's memories, and while she's digging through his memories, she finds sleeping memories in his heart that belong to people connected to him, but not him. And we'll get to who those people are in a moment, but you can probably guess.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, that's impossible. I thought it was a mistake at first, but I looked into it more, and I was like, there's no mistaking it. Someone else's memories are in Sora's heart. So they never explicitly say this, but I think the only way that this makes sense, because the note in the journal that says thank Naminé is like halfway through the journal, whereas their hurting will be mended when you return to end it is at the very end of the journal. Did Naminé just scribble that in at the end and Jiminy never noticed it until now?
I feel like it was encoded in her weird hidden data or something.
I wish it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm so close to an explanation that I can accept, but I don't think I'm right.
No, I think it was on time release, and it eventually came out.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk here about stuff that happens in a journal when the words are gone, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we learned something weird, too, that the bugs weren't just like an artifact of having data in there. It was something Naminé did on purpose to teach Sora hurt.
Yeah, she said, like, Did she specifically say that she put them in there on purpose?
Yeah, well, I just think that they weren't an accident. Like, it was something she intended to happen, basically.
Yeah, because this all was to basically test Sora on whether he can face the hurt.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the bug blocks were conditioning him to do, apparently.
I'm going to make some big red and black cubes that will hurt you.
And that's very similar to the loss you feel when you forget a friend.
Yeah, because she says, I knew then that the real Sora would have to awaken those memories, but they're painful enough that they could be dangerous. They might break Sora's heart if he's not strong enough to face them. So that was why I left the message in the journal, because the journal It's got all of the memories of Sora's adventure, which means that it's deeply connected to Sora's heart, which is why taking apart his memories in Chain of Memories erased what was in the journal as they went through the castle. But she says, in the same way that Sora's memories are still in his heart, even if he can't remember them, the journal's memories are still in its pages, even if the words are gone. There's an internal logic to that that I can't deny.
Yeah, I buy that, I suppose, in the the rules Kingdom Hearts has set up for itself.
I feel like it has wider implications that will never really be addressed, but that's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. This is where Mickey says, where did the bugs come from exactly? And Naminé says, putting all of these sleeping memories in the journal. I think she's literally like holding up a glowing orb, which are the memories.
Here's the memories, open wide.
Yeah, and this is stuff that we've heard about from Riku before. Like someone added some data to the journal that shouldn't have been here. This presumably is the same kind of idea of like how the journal was showing them memories from Riku's perspective that shouldn't have been in here. So she says adding these memories into the journal created a lot of hurt. And I was hoping that if Sora could face the bugs, he might be strong enough to face the hurt itself in the real world. Again, it's Vanitas sending Unversed after Ventus to make him strong.
Basically, yeah.
People love to send the hero to the gym.
Just build him a gym next time.
Right, it doesn't need to be an emotional gym. Sora just had to hit a bunch of blocks.
Yeah, you could, like, send him to the gym and send him to therapy, and then maybe that'd be okay.
That would have been a very different game. Sora is going to play Depression Quest.
Oh, no.
Some people have some very strong and bad opinions about that game.
I don't actually know that game.
That was the game that Gamergate was about.
Is that real? Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Zoe Quinn made.
I didn't realize that was the
It was all about Depression Quest. I mean, that was it was all about Depression Quest in the way that it was all about ethics in gaming journalism. It wasn't, but that's what they kept saying.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And it is what Sora's going to have to do in order to face these difficult memories.
It's true.
Yeah, Naminé says, like, I wanted to tell you in person, but my real self would have been gone by the time she could have. So she put me here in the journal, basically. And Sora just jumps in and says, I don't understand anything that you guys are talking about.
So good. I love Sora's being like, I don't fucking get it, but I can tell somebody needs me to help them, so I'll do that.
Yes, and great response from Naminé, where she just, like, smiles and says, like, honestly, it's okay if you don't understand what's going on, because the whole point of this was just to see if you were emotionally ready to deal with it, so it actually doesn't matter if you get it at all.
Which I feel like is maybe somebody at the Kingdom Hearts office is going, don't worry about it, the stuff that happens next you'll get, probably.
Next is Dream Drop Distance, so I think, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as much as I was dreading talking about this game, Dream Drop Distance has had me terrified since the beginning of this podcast.
Oh, that's the one I know. I actually know nothing about Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah, me too, and I've played it.
Okay. Good.
My gym that I've been going to is occasionally I'll read posts that claim to explain how Dream Drop Distance works.
Do you get it?
Some of it.
Okay.
I will say I understand it now in this moment right now a lot better than I did after I finished playing it. So I think I'm ready, and I think that talking about it on the podcast and having you point out all the things that don't make sense will force me to sharpen my mind katana.
Okay.
And try to figure it out.
Yeah, it's really what the show's about, so that works. That sounds great.
Yes, I've realized over the course of this podcast that it's really an exercise for me to see if I can make sense of any of this.
We're getting there.
And it usually works.
Yeah, I mean, Riku came out and said it makes sense, so you're doing a good job, and Riku said so.
He did that one for me.
Yeah.
That was a freebie.
Mm-hmm.
So Namine says, just face this pain head on and know that your friends will be there for you if it's too much for you to bear alone. And Sora says, I'm ready. And Mickey says, I'll help.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah, he does help. Yeah.
Because Namine says, okay, here's the memory. She hands him the big ball. And she says, don't be afraid. And Mickey holds Sora's hand. And they appear floating in a void, making some very good faces.
Yeah, Mickey looks like entirely stoned out of his mind for some reason in the void.
He absolutely does.
Um,
Wasn't that basically the same way that he looked when he was floating in the void in Birth by Sleep?
but his eyes were closed there. Here his eyes are like half lidded, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's right. His eyes were closed. Yeah, he's just got his eyes like half open, like, what are we doing?
Whoa.
We're looking at memories?
And yeah, I don't know if that's just supposed to reflect how you feel after watching this, but it was pretty close.
And Namine tells them that they are about to see the hidden truths locked away in Sora's heart. And they see a vision of Roxas and Axel. And behind them they see Namine, but not the one who's talking to them, and Shion.
Yeah, this was interesting. So what was interesting about this to me is I totally get everyone being there but Axel. Because to me, Axel isn't someone that Sora has forgotten.
Yeah, well, the idea is less about everyone that he's seeing here is like a forgotten person who has faded out of existence. These are like the people who are in some sort of position where they need Sora's help, depending on him getting these memories that he's got.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I guess the one thing by not having Roxas's memories, he doesn't remember being friends with Axel.
Right. So Axel, he was destroyed.
Yes.
And more on that later. But Sora doesn't have Axel's memories, but he remembers Axel through Roxas's memories.
Right.
Here's a fun fact. Shion was not supposed to be here.
Oh.
When they made Days, that was supposed to be a one-off story with Shion in it. She was never supposed to come back.
Oh, well, I'm glad she's back.
Yeah, people ended up loving Shion, and they were like, oh shit, you actually cared that something sad happened to her? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, right. Well, that's so funny, because it's like, they wrote maybe the most tragic story they've ever written for a character, and then they're like, oh, you guys like that? Weird.
Well, that's why you asked a week or two ago about is Data Sora going to carry forward? And I feel like it's weird that he won't, because his story is, I mean, it's not the same tone, but it's kind of the same deal. Like, he shows up, he does a big adventure, he makes these friendships and helps everyone, and then he just gets erased in the end.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, but with Data Sora, I guess they're like, we can't we can't possibly consider a vision of Kingdom Hearts where like Data Sora gets, I don't know, they like program him into a robot Sora that can walk around.
Well, my big assumption was that like Data Sora would gain these memories that Sora needs and then become like absorbed into Sora's heart, like so many other things.
Yeah, only in the sense that Sora becomes aware of it. I mean, that's what Mickey's letter is like. We're bringing all of this into Sora's experience, even if he wasn't there.
It's just funny for it to be, for once, somebody just gets to tell somebody about something that happened instead of like having to be some metaphysical transference of some kind.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is pretty rare. So, yeah. Okay, here's a question. I can't remember if this has come up in what we've seen so far, or if this is the first mention of this. Because Namine tells Sora, when I was working on fixing your memories, Diz told me that he hid something inside of you.
Yeah. Sorry, what's the question?
Has that come up?
Didn't it come up in the epilogue?
He told Aqua, didn't he?
He told Aqua that, yeah.
Okay.
He told Aqua that, yeah, in the epilogue.
Okay, I could not remember if we had talked about that yet.
Yes.
I mean, that is bananas every time.
Yeah, because I brought it up at the time, and I was like, what's that about? And you, I think, said I have to wait to find out.
Yes, and we will find out, but... Yeah, it's a little bit weird that... I mean, I guess Naminé doesn't know. I guess that is like a pretty consistent thing with Kingdom Hearts, is that if a character doesn't know something, they don't know it.
Right.
Because Ansem told Aqua that he hid... What did he tell her? I don't want to say anything if it wasn't said. What do you understand about this?
I don't think that anyone's been explicit about what they hid inside Sora.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I will back off, because I thought that it had already been said.
No, I think I felt like it was maybe implied that it was still. He said it was his way of apologizing to Sora and making up for what he had done to him. And
okay,
that's so
if he wasn't specific about what exactly it was, then I will hold on to that myself.
I really don't think so. I think it was just that, yeah, this is something that Sora needed, and I feel like it's probably some information he needs to help a friend, but I don't know anything beyond that.
Yeah, so Naminé says that all Diz would tell her is that he was clearing his conscience. And next up we see Terra Ventus and Aqua. And she says something to Mickey that I feel like sounded weirdly passive-aggressive, even though it definitely wasn't intended to, is she's like, you should understand how much those three are hurting.
Yeah, I think it was just like, yeah, you know their whole deal, but you're right, it does sound like she's being like, Mickey, you could have done something about that.
Yeah. So the vision ends. They're back in the pod room, and Naminé says that those three are still connected through Sora's heart, and Sora says he feels like they're familiar to him, and Naminé says, well, you've met two of them, and you have a very special connection with the third.
This was one where it's like, just tell him about the boy in his heart.
Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't. I guess it, much like Data Roxa said, why bother explaining something to a data illusion that won't understand it?
Yeah, and I guess he'll just forget, but Mickey won't.
Yeah, he'll forget and he won't get it.
Right.
So Mickey says, is it time for Sora to call these memories to the surface? And Naminé says, I don't know, but when that day comes, Sora will be the only one who can save them. The bond that they all share will be the key. And Mickey says, I will pass this all along to the Sora in the outside world. Hope he can read.
He hasn't gone to school very much, so I'm surprised that he can, but we do get confirmation that he can.
Yeah. So Sora changes the subject and he says, Naminé, did you keep the promise that you made to my other self? And she says, yes. Even if I'm gone now, my promise will last forever. And he says, what's going to happen to you now? And she says, well, it's been very well established that when a data construct does the job that it was created for, it disappears.
So
I guess it's like when a program completes its run.
Yeah, it's not really how stuff works usually, but
I'm returning exit code 0.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it hits the end of the loop, and so it goes back to the beginning.
And Sora says, oh, I almost forgot. I have a message for you. Thank you. And Naminé smiles and fades away.
That was nice, but then I did remember this isn't the real Naminé.
It's not, but I think considering that we've learned so much about data people having data hearts, it's nice that this version of Naminé does get that closure.
Oh, totally. But it is just sad that I don't think real Naminé is going to get that same closure.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
Okay.
So Mickey finishes writing his letter to Sora. He says, "You need to understand that on the day that you awaken those sleeping memories, whatever you feel in your heart at that time is what he felt in his," of course meaning Data Sora. I don't really know what that tells him. I guess just if it's painful, just keep moving forward like your data self decided.
Yeah.
And that's credits.
That's credits. But wait.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
We get the scene once again. I think this is our third time seeing it. Kairi running over to Sora and Riku with Mickey's letter. And we get the end of the letter, which is, I wanted to tell you about the pieces that will tie you to your future. He addresses all three of them and says that the truth of the Keyblade, it's been carried by so many people and now it rests with them. Those people made you who you are, Sora, and you're the only one who can end their sadness. All your journeys so far have prepared you for what's next. You're all links in one great chain of events, and the door to your next journey is ready to be opened. The end.
So,
sort of.
Is this what Kingdom Hearts 3 is about? Is Sora trying to make good on this letter?
I will say more or less yes. There's a lot of other stuff going on, but that is a big part of the plot of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Man, what a wild series.
I know. And Mickey says everything that has happened to you so far has prepared you for what's next. That is incredibly true because Dream Drop Distance is a really strange, every single game up to this point has something that is important in Dream Drop Distance. Dream Drop Distance, if you haven't played every game before it, there's going to be at least one thing that is going to make no sense to you.
That's, okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, everything up to Dream Drop Distance is unskippable, and Dream Drop Distance is unskippable because of everything up to it.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I've said before, I played most of the games before I tried to play 3, but I hadn't played Dream Drop Distance, and I was absolutely lost.
That doesn't seem like a good way to set up your last big game, but
nope.
That's
Kingdom Hearts.
That's Kingdom Hearts.
So that's the main ending, but we do get some secret endings. The first one is called Signs of What's Next. This was added for Recoded. This was not in the original mobile version. So fortunately, you don't have to do anything to unlock these when you watch it as a movie.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
We're at Yen Sid's tower, and Mickey says that he thinks they're pretty close to finding Ventus's heart, and next he's going to start working on finding Terra. And Yen Sid starts wondering aloud, what is Master Xehanort going to do next? And Mickey's like, what do you mean? That guy's dead as fuck.
Yeah, we killed him twice.
He cut himself in half and we killed both halves. And Yen Sid says, well, I never bothered telling you this. But the thing about that is when a Heartless is destroyed, it releases the heart. We know that.
Yeah.
But also when a Nobody is destroyed, it releases the body. And the nature of a body and a heart is to be one. So when you destroyed Ansem and Xemnas, it means that Xehanort, the old man, is going to come back.
It feels like it shouldn't work like that. But the logic's sound. He said it. They're both released, so they're both there.
Mickey gets a little vibration on his phone and pulls it out, and Data Riku is there, and he's like, "It makes sense.
It makes sense. Sorry.
Gotta go.
Bye.
My job here is done. Goodbye.
Now I can't remember anything."
And yeah, he says, Xehanort, he's a real crafty son of a bitch. He doesn't say that, but I'm sure that he will have a number of plans already in place for his eventual return. And we've got a problem, which is that Sora and Riku are not Keyblade masters like you. And he says one of the most ominous lines in Kingdom Hearts, Would a single one of you suffice if what you faced was not a single one of him?
Uh-oh.
I think we're about to find out what Nording is.
Yep, I've been waiting a long time for it, but I knew it was coming.
He says that cryptic thing, and Mickey says the only thing you can say to that, which is,
What? What do you mean?
What the hell?
you're not saying, oh god,
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts 3 sounds like it's going to be a real mess.
Is this stuff going to come up in Dream Drop Distance or just Kingdom Hearts 3?
Dream Drop Distance really, flows directly into 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And Yensid tells Mickey to summon Sora and Riku to show them the Mark of Mastery.
Which he's saying they need to show him the Mark of Mastery, right?
He is saying Sora and Riku are going to take the Mark of Mastery exam.
Yeah, right. Because it's just a weird way of saying that. Because
yes.
the way he says it, it's like he's going to pull a little token out of his pocket and show it to him and see, this is the Mark of Mastery.
He's saying it is time for Riku and Sora to demonstrate whether they are prepared to be named Keyblade Masters.
I knew that. The way he said it was, I didn't like it. Anyway.
It's time for Sora and Riku to roll up their sleeves and show us the little Mark of Mastery that they have on their upper arms.
Wait, my birthmark, when we put them together, they make a Mark of Mastery.
It's just a Keyblade. How did we never notice that?
Wow.
We then get Secret Ending Part 2. This is the last one, and then the game will be truly over. This one is called Destiny, and this one was not in the DS version. This is a movie version exclusive.
Yeah.
And I would like you to tell me how you understand this. I don't want to summarize this because I get it, and I'm curious if you get it.
Oh boy, I didn't take notes on this part.
Oh no.
Well, okay. Well,
okay, I can give you the very concrete things that happen.
Well, yeah, I know one of the things that happens is you see Bragg and you see Ansem in, which is Terra Ansem, or Terra Xehanort, sorry. You see Terra Xehanort, and then you see a bunch of bodies lying on the floor of all the other experimenters. And
I will say you've gotten at least one thing completely wrong.
Have I? Okay, go for it.
Which, I mean, that's good, because I'm trying not to spoil anything needlessly. Yes, we are in Ansem's computer room. We are seeing through Bragg's eyes. And yeah, we see his fellow Ansem's apprentices all on the floor.
Yeah. And
he said, it's great to hear his voice again. That was more difficult than I thought, but at least things are back on track.
It was good. His eyes are yellow now, though.
He's got yellow eyes. He does. Also, it should be said, if I remember correctly, well, I'll ask you what you think. Are these Lee, Isa, Alias, Ienzo, Evan, and Dylan, or are these Axel, Syx, Lexius, Zexion, Vexen, and Zaldin?
I think it's the second ones, but I saw them only for a second, so...
So, I will say this is following up on what Yensid was saying. Their nobodies have been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are them being recompleted.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. I thought this was maybe because I saw this as a flashback to, I guess whenever they made the old apprentices into nobodies. That's how I interpreted this scene.
I can see why you thought that. I think I thought that at first when I watched this originally, but there's a few clues here of when this is happening. He says Lord Xemnas isn't here, so the party must have already begun, which means Lord Xemnas didn't come back as Apprentice Xehanort. He came back somewhere else as Master Xehanort.
Oh.
And there's an unseen figure standing next to him that says, yes, that's true. And Braig says, Xehanort's really scary. It's like he can see into your mind and no one knows what he really wants. And he turns to this other guy and says, do you even know what's going on in your own head? Do you know who this is? You said that it was Apprentice Xehanort.
I thought it was.
It is not.
Oh.
So I won't say anything on who it is. So you you said you don't have any notes on this part?
I didn't, yeah.
Okay, then I'll just keep describing it.
Okay.
So the other person, who's sort of younger looking guy, says, and he does have the yellow eyes,
He
like
does.
Braig. He says, I will be led wherever I am destined to go. And Braig is just like, okay, so no, you don't know what's going on in your own head.
Should I recognize this person?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see him in Dream Drop's distance, and you'll understand who he is.
Okay. All right, good. I feel better about it. Because, yeah, he just has that Xehanort look to him, mostly, I guess, because of the yellow eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And he did appear like a little more tan, like Xehanort sometimes, like Ansem.
Yeah, the only guy who has a tan.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
I said that like it was sarcastic, but he is legitimately the only guy who has a tan.
And Waka, who is obviously another Xehanort.
That's true. I mean, maybe. No comment. Shit. I'll have to cut that.
That's why Waka's so intolerant.
So the unknown boy says, every Keyblade master is bequeathed a Keyblade of his own, which means that with the passing of time, more and more Keyblades have been forged, but none is more ancient than Master Xehanort's. That Keyblade is my destiny, even if it hasn't become a reality yet. And Braig asks if this is all connected to the ancient Keyblade War, but then he doesn't wait for an answer and just openly says out loud, whatever, I got my hands full with plans of my own.
He's the best.
I guess he's lucky that Xehanort isn't here to hear that.
I kind of think Xehanort doesn't care about that. I feel like it's something he's like, Braig, you can do your own thing as long as you do my thing, too.
That's true. Braig did one time shoot at him 100 times, and Xehanort just stood there like, whatever, I don't care. Yeah. You can be mad at me.
Yeah.
And then he turns and gestures to the apprentices lying on the floor and says, which poor soul will it be? And the boy smiles, and he... Did you catch what this was?
No.
It's really, really fast. Because he smiles, and he starts to say a name, but he is immediately interrupted by the shing reconnect Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, am I supposed to? Yeah, I just thought he got interrupted. I didn't realize I could glean something from that.
It's really, really stupid, but we do hear the first letter of this name. He goes... And then I spoiled it after I specifically said that I wouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have revealed that. I don't remember if that's a spoiler. Whatever.
Seems like a small one.
That's Recoded. What a wild ending.
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, I do like that it is setting up... This is what I was saying earlier about how I feel like the main things we learned are things that we already knew, which is that, like, Sora has a bunch of people in his heart, and there's people out there he's forgotten that he needs to go help. These are things we knew, but Sora didn't know. And
right.
So he learned those. There is, I guess, still the lingering question about what data Ansem put inside him.
Mm-hmm. That's true, and now Mickey knows about that, which means Sora will presumably also know about it.
Yeah. And I am like, why didn't Data Nominee tell us what that is? But I guess...
She doesn't know.
Oh, she doesn't know. It's just in there.
Yeah, she said the only thing Diz would say was that he was clearing his conscience, and he refused to say anything else.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe she could have found it, but she hasn't found it either. But yeah.
Yeah, because that means it must not be in his memories. It's just in some way, like, encoded into him, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
That will never make sense. Don't get your hopes up.
Does it come back up?
Yes, I will say that will be answered by the end of Dream Drop Distance.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, Recoded is so weird because you don't realize for almost the entire game that the whole story is basically Naminé maneuvering pieces into place for what is to come next.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the bulk of how those pieces are maneuvered into place are completely irrelevant to anything because it's Data Sora having data adventures.
Yeah, and like all the BS with like Pete and Maleficent as well. Although that brought Maleficent's story forward a bunch, apparently.
Yes, and I honestly don't remember if they are in Dream Drop Distance. I think they might not be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for Dream Drop Distance because it's absolutely buck wild, but also it's such a mess.
That's all right. I'm down for the buck wild. Just hopefully there's less standing around in a room talking about hurt.
Yeah, a lot of Kingdom Hearts games, I don't know that we've really gotten into this, but a lot of Kingdom Hearts games have like one sort of central concept that they're about. Like Chain of Memories is about memories. Coded is about like, I don't want to just say hurt, but it's about hurt. Dream Drop Distance, we will try desperately to understand what it's about. 358 Days Over 2 is about like the sort of passing of time and the things that can happen over the course of a year and the mundanity that makes life what it is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Recoded, for 80% of it, is not really about anything. And then at the very end, it's like, oh, by the way, the whole thing was about trauma.
About trauma and remembering your friends.
Yeah.
Well, there is something they say at one point, which is like, you take this hurt and you share it with someone and it brings you closer together, right? I think there was something about that.
Yeah, Sora said, like, it was after he fought Roxas. He was like, if feeling your hurt brings me closer to understanding you, then carrying around a little hurt can't be all that bad.
Yeah, and I actually like that. That's a profound thing. I like that.
Yeah, it is.
It was in the middle of a lot of other stuff I didn't care as much about, but that part was good.
Yeah. I would say I didn't think I would, but overall I do actually like this game. It's really different.
Yeah, I like this better than I probably like it better than Days, maybe. Probably
I had a better time with it than I did watching Days.
Yeah, even though like Days has some really strong stuff, it's also very weak for a long time in between that.
Yeah, whereas the weak, irrelevant parts, I still thought that they were fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think, Chain of Memories, I kind of remember being a bit of a slog, too. And this, I think, is better than that as well. But
these are some bold takes.
People probably won't like that I've said these things, but...
I will say, it's tough, because there's the question of, like, playing the game versus watching the game. Playing the game in terms of how fun is the gameplay. By all accounts, the gameplay of Coded is probably more fun for most people than the gameplay of Chain of Memories. I think the larger story of Chain of Memories is one of my favorites of the side games, if we can call them that.
Yeah.
But, I like Coded. I'll say it, I like it.
Yeah, other than how much I hate the fucking computer at the beginning, but I eventually got over it because I just had to keep hearing about it, so...
Yeah, and for me, it's the fact that stuff is happening in the journal before anything has happened.
Yeah.
These are the things we will never be okay with, truly.
Yeah, but, big picture, it was fun.
Yeah. Dream Drop Distance, I don't know how long that one's going to be, because this one, I was sure that it would be 1 week. Boy, was I wrong about that. Imagine us trying to do this in a week.
No way.
Dream Drop Distance is going to be one of the longer ones. I want to say it's about as long as Birth by Sleep.
Okay. Well, that's pretty long then.
Yeah, it's, as far as the non-numbered games go, it's one of the longer ones. But yeah, that's what's in our future. Dream Drop Distance next. We've got a Fragmentary Passage, not to be confused with the Fragmentary Passage.
Never.
I think we might do that and then get into Union Cross.
Okay.
And that'll be really something.
When are we going to do Melody of Memory?
That is the most recent game that has come out.
So it actually is after Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay.
Yes. Melody of Memory is like setting up what is going to come next.
It feels really wild to end our show doing that after Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, Melody of Memory is literally going to be one episode. It's short enough that we could very well fit it into a Kingdom Hearts 3 episode if we wanted to.
That might make more sense. But yeah, all right. We'll get to that when we get to that.
I mean, you say end our show. Kingdom Hearts is going to go forever. They're going to make 1 million games.
Oh, right. Put it on hiatus. I mean, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Once the thought that there will be a phase of this podcast where I am playing Kingdom Hearts Pokemon Go and I'm like walking around my neighborhood trying to get cutscenes to take notes on them.
I feel like I just maybe wait for someone else to put them online.
I want to play the game. I don't know if it'll be good, but I'm very excited to give it a try when it's out.
Yeah, I burned out on Pokemon Go pretty quick, so I don't know.
I never played Pokemon Go. I played Pikmin Bloom, which I thought was fun until it became very clear that there's nothing to do in that game.
Yeah, I think like Pokemon Go, like it was fun to go walk around and catch a Pokemon, but then the game was not really much of a game.
I've heard that there's a lot to it now.
I think there's a ton to it now. I think I just didn't keep with it, basically. But yeah.
I've been hearing really good things about Monster Hunter Next, I think it's called.
Oh.
Apparently people are really excited about that one. I'm signed up to get into the beta, but I haven't heard back.
Okay.
So until then, I will not go outside for any reason.
Good call. You do that, you might
I'm on strike.
You might break your elbow if you do that. So it's good call.
Anything else? This is Wish Us Duck.
This is Wish Us Duck.
There's a lot that we can say here. I kind of want to say it's way past time you learned what real hurt feels like.
Okay. I think I can actually do the I practiced a bit today. So
nice.
if it doesn't happen, I'm just having some sort of strange stage fright.
It's way past time you learned what real hurt feels like.
I wasn't happy with that one.
Not too bad. All right.
He said to himself.
Yep.
I'm going to take one more run at it, and I'm going to try to do it fast, because that last one was really agonizingly slow.
Yeah.
That felt a little better.
That was good. Mine wasn't good, but at least I could do it without my throat just not making noise. So that was good.
Yeah, you found it after last time, for sure.
Yeah.
Shall we dive to the wiki now?
Yes, I would love to dive to the wiki. And I think you should go with your first instinct on this, actually.
You want me to choose? We got a couple.
Oh, we're gonna choose. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I mean, we don't have to.
Well, I thought that you wanted to do one in particular, and I think we should just do that one.
Okay. Well, we said last time, so we do have to do it. That we're gonna read about Noe00A/Destiny's Reach.
That's an interesting word, reach. I've heard that in video games before, but not really.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Not in Kingdom Hearts context. I wonder what that's about.
I didn't think about that. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell me about Noe?
Well, sure. So, I'm going to read some stuff about Noe, and then maybe I'll get to some other stuff. I'm going to say Noe is somewhat silent and scheming, clumsy at times. She remains calm even until life or death situations. Yukure shitene is her motto in translation. It means take it easy. A preference of hers is to use a sniper if she's not skilled at close quarters combat, and unlike other Spartans, she is not obedient and usually makes decisions for herself. She is less positive and talkative, unlike her past form.
Her past form? What does that mean?
Yeah.
I like how... I think we alluded to this last time. I like how the template boxes on this wiki are so passive aggressive. This one says, I just want things to go back to the way they were. This article needs to be restructured.
So yeah, this is Master Chief Petty Officer Noe 00A, a Spartan 2 class assigned to Noble Team in Respawn. And she's a playable
Noble
character
Team
for Destiny's Reach Kingdom Hearts against Ayano Katagiri.
Ayano Katagiri? Is she the Arbiter?
Her title is The God That Failed, actually.
The God That Failed.
Yeah.
Having the ability to edit reality, making her title the God That Failed.
Yep. And you would hope it'd be the Arbiter, but it's just a girl in skimpy clothes and with a cannon arm.
Oh my god, yeah, I was like, what am I looking at here? That is, either she has a cannon arm, or they were like, an excuse to not draw one of the hands and one of the feet. She's 13 at a set age, cannot age any further.
Ew.
She is from Reach. From Halo.
Oh.
Being overexposed to the neutral left her left eye exterminated her seal, and forcibly using her Gias with the ability to alter reality. Once she thinks of changing anything, she activates her Gias and uses it even if it isn't intentional. Her clothes are now a Japanese schoolgirl uniform or sailor fuku. That is not true.
No.
She's wearing short shorts and a cape. And nothing else.
Yeah.
Her hairbands changed along with her weapons from using guns to swords. She has a more Japanese theme towards her clothing.
Now that's true. Oh, apparently that's a cyber Muramasa. That's what we're looking at.
Is Muramasa from something?
Muramasa is just like a legendary katana.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It said Gias, and I don't know if that's from Code Gias. I don't even know if that's how you say that.
Is that pronounced Gias or Gayas? I kind of thought it was Gayas.
Well, I don't know that I feel okay saying that on my podcast.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, I just think that's
how
how it's
Lil Code Homie Gay Ass.
I just think that's how it's pronounced.
I don't know. I don't know what that word is.
Yeah. It's, well, sorry, my educate. Yeah, I maybe if I wasn't an engineer, I'd know what that means, but I am. So
it says that it's pronounced Gias.
It is Gias? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. Boy, anything else about Noe that we should read? I think.
Do we have any quotes?
No.
No.
Well, Noe has summons. One of them is Bungie. The Flaming Ninjas are here. This time in Destiny's Reach. Noe 00A's helmet in normal mode will burn. It cannot be used in Rewind EX mode. Plus 5% on attack and 10% on defense. Enemy stats down by 20% for 30 seconds.
Now, you mentioned Rewind EX mode. Can you tell me about Respawn EX mode?
I can. The camera switches and becomes an FPS or TPS camera.
Thank God.
Alternate armor, which is the haunted helmet of Respawn. End of sentence.
Wait. Sorry, hold on. I just thought about what they just said. The camera switches to become an FPS or TPS camera. That means that until then, it's not in first or third person.
It's been a text adventure until now.
It's a second person camera until it's just showing you playing the game.
Smiling and going, I love it. Let's see, blah blah blah. Her notable move is Hell Spartan that forces the enemy to lose negative 5% HP per second, which seems...
Oh no, you're healing them.
Oh no. This mode is powerful, however, it is mostly suggested for players with skill as her HP is low.
There's also a line here that says, she is incredibly strong, having incredibly low life, similar to the gameplay of Halo.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking it was like that scene in the Doom movie where it becomes a first-person thing for a little bit.
Her name is a pun of the actual Her name is a pun of the actual Master Chief Petty Officer's personal code that is N00A, which is possible that Noe is not her real name.
Huh.
All right.
That's good. There was something about her having a benevolence mode, but they didn't really expand on that, and I wanted to know more about what that was.
Surprising, because she was created by a user named Malevolence.
Yeah. I wanted to know more about the amelioratory benevolence that maybe we have here.
I love amelioratory. It's really hard to say. Amelioratory benevolence.
Mm-hmm. Does Ayano have any? No quotes. That's too bad.
Quotes. Malevolence doesn't believe in quotes, but Ayano Katagiri does have an EX burst called Judgment. By
That's a tough one.
By repetitively tapping X in the 360 controller, Judgment can be executed. Multiple gunfires followed by a swift execution using the Cyber Muramasa can inflict high damage against the enemy and will decrease his stats by 5% and decreasing her attack by 5%.
She only attacks...
So it makes the fight take longer.
Yeah, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's inflicting high damage. My mistake.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means then.
This is heartbreaking because there's a link at the bottom. It's a table for Destiny's Reach Kingdom Hearts, and it says show, but you click on it and nothing happens.
But if you click the words, it does bring you to Destiny's Reach Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll read about this next time because there's a lot. There's a lot here.
There is.
Oh, I don't want to spoil myself. I see the list of worlds and I see some things. I'll close it.
Okay.
I'll put this in my notes for next time.
Yeah, I do want to I know we're kind of finishing up on that. I want to put this one in the chat just so you can see another person maybe we could read about.
Should I say his name?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe another time we will read about Johnny Madman. Or is it Johnny Madman?
I think it's Johnny Madman. Yeah.
Mr. Madman, sir? Good times.
Yeah.
Always great to check in on the wiki. It's a shame that all of these articles are 10 years old and nothing new is being written.
Oh, yeah. I've never tried to look at new. I don't know if that's even a thing I can do.
The most recent blog post on the website was from 6 years ago, so I'm assuming these are all dead.
Oh, it's sad.
Oh, well.
Well, they need a new game needs to come out so the kids can come back and start writing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it, even though that didn't happen when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Oh, I guess not, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's it, I think. We didn't get any questions this week because everyone understands coded perfectly.
Yeah. That's right.
But that's fine. If you have questions, you can send them to cohost.org/soundsaboutlight/ask. Or you can post them in the Discord. It's less convenient, but I'll take them.
Yeah.
If you want to make my life harder.
Yeah, I guess you're not on co-host, but you should be, so.
I'm on co-host.
Yeah, I'm on co-host too.
Or did you mean the listeners?
No, I'm talking about I'm talking to the listeners.
Okay. I was like, I'm sure that we've interacted on co-host. There's no way that you wouldn't know. I say it every week.
No, I finished what I was doing on there, so I forgot all about it now.
Every time I hit the send post button, the last hour of my life just becomes a blank.
Wow. That's probably...
I accidentally implied that it takes me an hour to post.
I mean, for me it does. I have to get over all my nerves about what I'm going to put out there, so...
I don't have those. Anyway, you can find my posts. Right now, they're mostly about how I don't like Starfield. They are at cohost.org/positivestress.
I haven't posted a lot recently, but you can still find them at cohost Achilles Heelys. So,
you can also listen to my other podcast, Dr. Huh, where we have just watched... I already forgot about it. The Lie of the Land. And now we're going to be going back once again to the Tenant era with The Age of Steel, which I think will have some Cybermen in it. Woohoo!
Fun. I do love Cybermen.
We love the Cybermen. Also, there's a new extra credit that I'm on about the subreddits and TV tropes forums for world building.
I'll have to catch up on that as well.
It's a great place to hear names that have X's in them.
Good. Yeah, I don't have anything else out recently, but you can always go listen to old F Plus episodes. That's a good thing. That's a good use of your time.
I often do.
I guess I just want to shout out a thing I think is cool, which is on the show Shelved by Genre. Ironicus directed a cool play from the Book of the New Sun. like as an audio drama, and I think it's pretty neat. I mean, without the context of knowing the Book of the New Sun, it might not mean a lot to you, but I guess just listen to Shell by Genre, and then you might get it, and you can appreciate the cool thing that Ironicus did. So
nice. You can also watch him and Chip Cheesem play Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, you could do that too.
Let's Play channel.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they're only on Kingdom Hearts 1, so we can't ask him to be... There will never be a point where we can have him on the podcast.
Yeah. Although, well, yeah, they're always probably pretty far ahead of actually what they're showing on their channel, but probably not that far ahead.
Probably not that far. I mean, Chip has said that that they have no promise that they're ever going to do any more Kingdom Hearts games, which is absolutely, absolutely fair.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
So that's the plugs for this week. We're hosted on Noisepace.xyz, where you can listen to podcasts like the new podcast Local Service Only about The Prisoner. You can listen to Video Game the Movie the Podcast. Lauren and I just recently watched the Ace Attorney movie, which I'm pretty sure they have an episode on.
Oh, that's fun.
It's a fun movie. Is it a good movie? Well,
yeah, I've never seen that.
It's pretty wild.
Okay.
And I think that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to 0 to 0 as they now just watch Japanese Spider-Man. Which is pretty good.
I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm stuck on one extremely long We Hate Movies that we've been listening to for like a week now.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It makes me kind of want to watch Japanese Spider-Man, so that's good.
Yeah. I haven't listened yet. I wanna listen, and I want to watch Japanese Spider-Man. Knowing that it exists at all makes me just want to watch more Kamen Rider, to be honest.
Sure.
Tokusatsu, turns out, it's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun, yeah. I just want to see, I want to see for myself Spider-Man crawling really slowly up the corner of a building.
I have seen clips of it, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week. Like we say at the end of every episode, in the immortal words of an apparently immortal man who we will be seeing again soon, it turns out. Keyblade.
Keyblade.
And in the less immortal words of a very mortal duck who won't be around forever.
Oh, no.
Bye.
Bye.
When I added these memories to the journal, I also added all this hurt. I thought that maybe if you fought the bugs that sprang from these memories, you might learn to face the hurt in the memories themselves.
So that's what it was. I didn't realize you had to go through so much trouble to get us to investigate this hurt, Naminé.
I'm sorry. I wish I could have told you this in person. But the real me is gone. She doesn't exist now.
Guys? You kinda lost me a few minutes ago.
You don't have to understand it.